Hello everyone, I'm Rahmat Wala, lead facilitator, Rehan School Online Academy, and I welcome all of you, my wonderful participants here in this GupShup session with Rehan School students. Today is 11th of April 2026. The day is Saturday and the time is 7:12 p.m. UTC plus 5, which is Pakistan Standard Time. Let's start our tonight's GupShup session with Rehan School students, and tonight we have Yurii Tovarnytskyi from USA. We welcome Yurii. Yurii, thank you so much for your time and being here. Thank you so much. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Rihmada. I'm super excited. Thank you for such opportunity.
Thank you so much again, Yurii. So, Yurii, I've explained all the scenario with you and how we will conduct this session. So, over to you for a quick introduction for our students and audience, and then we'll move forward.
Sure, a little bit about myself. I spent most of my time building stuff. I started coding 5 years ago when I was just a kid because I was loving to build stuff. I was teaching coding, I was judging hackathons, working in best agencies in Prague, working as a CTO in a few startups and in other positions as well. So super excited. I always was passionate about teaching, sharing information. That's why I was also a tutor in a few academies, and that's why I'm always going to different hackathons. But yeah, let's then start. If that works, I'll share my screen and I will share one story first, and I will also tell a little bit about myself more.
Absolutely. Let's hit it. Everybody, I would request you all to turn your cameras on, focus towards the screen. Everybody, let's start. Let's start, Yurii.
Awesome. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Again, really appreciate for opportunity. So I would like to start. I always start any presentations or anything with a story. So imagine this. It is 2009 and it is a Stockholm in Sweden, in Europe. And there is a guy named Marcus and who goes by online notch. And he's 29 years old, working on the job he didn't really like. He coming to his every tiny apartment every night to build some stuff. He doesn't have a girlfriend, he doesn't have any big plans, and he just has his computer and a weird idea. He wants to build a game where you just place blocks and that's it. Like no mission, no enemies, nothing, just blocks. He shows his idea to his friends, and of course he got really bad feedback because like how you would build a game with just blocks, with no play, with no gameplay, with no game is no like even storyline. And when he was listening from the feedback to his friend, he was thinking to stop, and he almost did. But something was in the Marcus which gives him this motivation and really big belief to continue doing what he is doing, to building these block games. And now that game become a Minecraft, the best-selling video game in human history, 100 million copies. And in 2014, Microsoft called him and says, "We want to buy this for $2.5 billion with a B." And it was just one guy and in crappy apartment with like a code, with computer, with weird idea. And here's what's crazy, that Notch didn't have a degree in game design, he didn't have a team, he didn't have a money, he just understood how to make a computer do what he wants. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, guys. Because the world has changed since Notch was built Minecraft. And honestly, it is probably the best opportunity to build anything and one of the easiest. But before that, I want to talk slightly about me again. I spent like why you should listen to me, right? I spent most of my time building stuff. I did more than 30 commercial projects as a freelancer. I work in two best agencies in Prague, in the marketing and AI agencies. Then I work as CTO. I work as an engineer in YC-backed startup. YC, which is Y Combinator. Imagine it is like Harvard for startups. And now I'm building my own company. So I would really like to share some opportunities for you guys as the world of AI, is the world of coding. I'm super excited. I want to start with one thing, what code actually does. There are a lot of people who has explanations long and short, but at the end of the day, it is an instruction. And that's it. You tell the computer what to do step by step, and it does exactly what you say. Okay, maybe not specifically, it is slightly harder, but you got the main idea. When you open TikTok and video starts playing, someone wrote instructions that say, when they swipe, load the next video and play it instantly. Or when you open Instagram and trying to change the color of the photo with filters, someone also wrote instruction. Take this image and change the color. Or when you ask Duolingo the task, or like when you ask teach me English or Spanish, someone wrote instructions that say, show this word, check if they got it right, and make it harder next time. And every app uses this kind of instructions, and we call this coding. And it's not just for apps, it's for games, websites. And the wild part is that the machine doesn't care who gives the instructions. It doesn't care if you 10, 11, or 15, or 50. If you know how to talk to it, it listens. Which brings us to the fun part. What you can actually build with this? Games, the obvious one, who we already talked about Minecraft and one guy with $1 billion idea. But also Among Us was made by 3 people. It's free. They almost canceled, by the way, the whole project because nobody was playing it. The one streamer picked it up and suddenly 500 million people are playing it overnight. So imagine this, you are thinking to close the game and next day 500 million of people playing this. Isn't it crazy, right? And Roblox, this one is going to blow your mind, but kids of your age are building games on Roblox and making actual money. Not like plague money, but real dollars. Some teenagers on there are earning more than their parents. It's hard to believe, but there are people who do this. But coding isn't just about games. It is applications. Think about your phone for a second. Every single app on an Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, even a calculator. Someone sat down and built that with the code, with those small instructions. Every swipe, every notifications, every typing, that's all instructions. There is nothing on your phone that isn't a code, like nothing. And then there is a big one, AI. ChatGPT, as we talk, changed the game really massively. You guys use it, right? Maybe for homework, for fun, or whatever. I hope not for homework, but you use it, right? You use it to ask questions. It gives a response to you, and now you can ask any questions in the world. And here's something wild to think about ChatGPT. The whole thing, it is the code. It is just instructions. It isn't the magic. It is not, of course, not alive. And it's just a team of engineers sat down and wrote instructions so specific, so detailed that a computer can now have conversations with you. Someone builds the whole thing that does homework, that responds to your questions. Think about it. But okay, games, apps, AIs, it's super cool. Let's talk about the thing I know you actually care about. Money. And I don't mean when you grow up, I mean right now. There are kids not much older than some of you guys who build Minecraft server, just like this guy here. He built a Minecraft server and figured out how to make money, how to create some skins, how to make some perks in exchange of money. And he sell the server for a few million of dollars, and he bought a house, a real house for his mother. Just think about it from the game. And there is also guys like this, like called AIs. It is app where you take a photo of your food and it tells you the calories, and that's it. You take a photo like of your sandwich and it tells you it is 200 calories. Someone looked at their lunch and said, I wish my phone could just tell me what it is, and built this. And now it's making millions from a photo of a sandwich. And also, if we are talking about traditional route, software engineers are some of the highest paid people on the planet. And we are talking about 100, 200, $300,000 a year. It's like more than lawyers, more than doctors in a lot of countries. And honestly, most of them think that their job is fun. They like coding. So whether you are 14 building a Minecraft server or 25 working on a Google, codes play a huge role. Okay, so now you know what is possible, but here's whether it gets sometimes tricky, because until recently, learning this stuff was kind of a nightmare. Before that, there were basically 3 options. Option 1, which was probably the most traditional way, is go to university, spend 4 years, spend $100,000 if you're talking about US, and by the time you graduate, half of the stuff you learn is already outdated. I noticed this also because some of my peers, some of the students which now study, kind of changing major, changing the degree, changing their directions, because some of the stuff which they enrolled 2-3 years ago is not that cool nowadays, and they're thinking how to make it cooler, what to change. We have option 2, which is YouTube. It's free. You can learn coding for free. It is awesome, but it is like, walking into the library where every book is on the floor and nothing has a title, and there's like millions tutorials and you have no idea where to start or in what order to do them. And option 3, it is a boot camps. They are mostly intensive. You have a community there, which is great, but most of those boot camps cost a lot, like starting from $1 to $5, even to $10,000. And honestly, it's mostly built for like 30 years old, switching careers, not exactly designed for you. Now look, all 3 of these can work. People have learned to code with all of them. But here's one thing. Every single one of them was designed before AI showed up. And when AI showed up, it significantly changed the game. Now you can simply go to ChatGPT, type build me a snake game, and in 10 seconds, it will build this. And I want to demonstrate it to you in real time. So let's go to ChatGPT and just say, look, can you build or just build a snakey game for me? And within a few seconds, it will just build a game for us, which is awesome. And when you think about it, what we discussed before, it is just instructions. If you talk about more specifically, it's slightly harder, as there's like a lot of algorithms behind this model, which were created by OpenAI. ChatGPT use tokens, but basically, like in the simple word, how ChatGPT works, it predicts the most likely next word. So imagine if you say, hi, how are, and the next most likely word will be you, how are you? And it's simple way how to explain how actually ChatGPT works on a huge scale. And there are a lot of engineers who just wrote those instructions, and now we can just say, hey, can you build me a snaky game for me? And that is wild. Like a few years ago, I will have to spend 1 month, 2 months to build something like this. But now you just ask it and it builds. So we'll wait a few more seconds while it's building, and we will see the result. And for you guys, it's open a huge opportunity in terms of building, in terms of creativity, because the access to such thing, access to code was so low. And we can see the preview and boom, it's just working. Okay, let's restart it. Okay, and I'm just playing, okay? I'm not super great in it, but you get the point, right? You can just play the game, which was created in a few seconds. And imagine what you can do with a week or with a month or a year with such tool. It's just opened so many opportunities for creativity. And the most important thing, not just using AI, but to know how to use it correctly, because nowadays there are more and more tools which you can build. If you have a phone, I would recommend to take a screenshot or like just make a photo of this screen, because there are amazing tools like Lovable, Rapid, Cursor, and they allow you, specifically talking of Lovable, they allow you within few seconds to build the whole websites immediately. You need nothing. And specifically for Lovable, they have free tokens, so you can experiment for free. You just can use it to say, hey, I want to build X, or I want to create me some applications where I can listen music, right? Or you can do anything and it will do this for you with a prompt, with plain English. And sometimes that's raise scary questions. If AI writes code faster than humans, what is the point of learning code? are coders like just done, or how does it work? And the answer is no. But it is changed significantly, because here's what nobody tells you: AI writes code that looks perfect, it's clean, it's organized, it's fast, but half of the time it's broken. There are bugs, hiding things. Like, if you think about using AI in your projects, it is a really great example will be thinking about car. Imagine like a new, brand new BMW, and it looks great from outside, but when you open the engine, you have three missing parts, and you cannot tell if you have no idea how cars works, right? Or you cannot tell when you already bought it. So you need to know, you need to understand what AI does if you want to build something cool. And the same thing with AI code. It's like great, but it breaks constantly. And the person who can spot what's wrong, the person just becomes the most valuable person in the room. And I want you to think for a second what you can build nowadays with AI. You can build like literally anything. Like, just think about it. What if you could build anything? What you would build? It can be app. It can be game. It can be any tool. Guys, maybe you have some ideas. I would like if you can put them into the chat. It can be any ideas which you would like to build, or which you would like to see in the world, but no one did it before, or even like just for fun. If you have something like this, please put this into the chat. It can be an app that does X, or it can be a game bigger than Minecraft, or it can be some AI tool, or it can be like a website where you can sell, I don't know, shoes, or where you can connect with friends. It can be anything. If you have any ideas, I would like to hear any feedback from you guys. So just go to the chat, put something if you have something in mind. Try to brainstorm for a second, and you will definitely, by being proactive, you will definitely get more from the session. And while you're
I
doing
have
this, yeah,
I have this idea, Yuri, long it's been since months that I have this idea in my mind that why not create Uber for barbers? Like
Uber for barbers.
yep,
That's awesome. That's
yep,
awesome, right? Why you should go to the barber shop if you can, if
absolutely.
barber can go to you.
Especially, I am a person with disability, so I have this problem of, calling barbers again and again
Mm.
to my house, and they charge also quite heavy coming to the house, especially for me. So, that idea has in my mind that some point of time I should build this app or this platform where, everyone can reach out to the nearest barber they have and they just call them at their place.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, first of all, that's an amazing idea.
Hmm.
I really like it. I
Thank you.
really do. And yeah, nowadays, like, those AI tools really allow us to build anything. Like, if you think about those Cal AI guy who just wanted to know what was in his lunch, and the
Hmm.
Minecraft server kid just wanted a cool server for his friends. And these
Yep.
weren't like genius ideas. They were simple ideas from people who knew nothing, and they just
Hmm.
have the motivation, curiosity to learn and to build. And here's like the wild part about this: you can generate, like, your generation, like 5 years ago, if you had one of these ideas, you would spend hours. You would have to learn code, everything from scratch, and that takes months, maybe years. Most of people give up after this time because it's hard and it takes a lot of time. But now you tell AI your idea and it builds most of it for you. You go from I have an idea to I have a working app in days and not just years. But here's the catch, which I already mentioned a few times, but it is super important. If you don't understand what AI built for you, you are stuck. It breaks and you cannot fix it. You want to change something and you cannot, because you don't understand. You're just starting at your own project like it was built by stranger. Now flip that.
Hmm.
The person who has an idea and understands the code, or can understand what AI does, that person is unstoppable. They can build the fix and improve it, ship it, and move to the next idea super quickly.
So it's like I have presented my idea to Y Combinator or something.
Yeah, definitely. I think you should. You should give it a shot. Um,
Great. Hamza is with us, so he wants to say something.
yeah,
Hamza?
Yes, so hello, Mr. Yuri. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome.
Okay, wonderful. It's lovely to have you here. So I have this idea which it is mostly built by me. It's called Assess IQ. You can say it you can do, instead of having to print papers and use pencils and also fight over these sharpeners. Instead of that, in your device, you can just open this website and you can do the exam, and the back end and the making the exam would be handled by the teachers as well as the administrators. I have built it. It's all the way built, just a few minor changes have to be done.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I really like the idea. What do you use to build this? Share with
I
audience.
used cursor and anti-gravity.
Barcelona anti-gravity. That's awesome. Wow, you have amazing keys here. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling, right? You build it with probably zero experience. Maybe you have some experience with code. I don't know, but
Yes.
you just use AI. You just use anti-gravity and Versal to connect all the stuff, and now you have you have the almost working app as you mentioned, right? A
Yes.
few changes. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep. Thank you. If you like, you can view it right now as well.
Yeah, I would like you if you can share. If you can share the link, if you have, that will be awesome
Yes, I have sent it in the chat.
in the chat. Okay, I will check this. Okay, I like the minimalistic design.
Thank you.
That's
Your
awesome.
screen is on the presentation, by the way.
Give me a second.
I appreciate everyone participating in the chat, but refrain from any irrelevant messages. Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I really like it. Yeah, I'll definitely take a deeper look
Yep.
after we'll.
And yeah, for making an account, the thing is that I haven't made it specific, so that you within the website you can like make your principal. That's a separate link which I'll give you as well, so you can create your own admin account and see how all of it works.
Awesome. Awesome.
Great house.
Thank you.
GTA 5 is the best. Minecraft is my favorite. How nice learning Roblox. Okay, this is awesome, guys. Awesome. Yeah, let's keep going.
Yep.
Okay, we finish on this slide, I think. Yeah. And like nowadays, companies like everywhere are using AI just to write code. So it isn't just for individuals who want to build some cool applications, but like in companies, if you go to now in the big tech or any startup, they use AI tool and say like use it, and that's all. So it means they can ship fast, but nobody on the team actually understand what AI wrote, and nobody checking it. It is a huge problem. So the main things here, not just to use AI, but try to learn by using AI, and it is the most important thing. By statistics and by a lot of research, if you use just purely AI to do stuff and not learning, your cognitive skills are decreasing, and you don't understand what's happening around you. And specifically with code, if you're trying to create something and you're not trying to learn what AI does during the process, after a week of building with this, you'll realize that you have no idea like what's happening at all. So AI allows us to build faster, to do cool stuff, but at the same time, it's important to use this correctly, to use this in the process to learn things. Because just going purely to vibe coding is great, but imagine if you're trying to vibe code and learn. You can not just learn code faster, but you can also understand what's happening better and understand where you have some issues in your platform, because sometimes you can have some security vulnerabilities or something even worse that you didn't even know because you don't read your code. And the person who can look at the chunk of AI generated code and say, wait, this is wrong, and here is why, it is a person that isn't just useful, it is a person, it is the most valuable developer in the entire company. It used to be about who could write code faster, and now it's about who can understand code the best. Reading, debugging, just judging whether something is right or wrong, it is the new superpower. And here's the best part. It isn't require a big talent that you should born with. It is a skill. You can practice it, you can get better, and anyone can learn it. So specifically for students who are interested to learn with AI, I built a platform which I wish would exist when I started my career. And now, when I saw a big shift, how AI changing the way how people learn, I decided to build a platform which I would want to use. And it's called Eximon. It is a personalized learning platform where you can learn by building with AI real projects. It is a platform where you can learn a theory. 20% of it is theory and 30% it is of vibe coding of AI. So the huge focus was not just to teach you how to code, but teach you how to understand. You have a AI tutor with you where you can always ask some questions and you can build some really cool projects. And we're using it in my university, in a few high schools in US. We have over 1K completed lessons. And so if you are interested just to check it out or even to try to learn Python, to learn JavaScript more specifically, or just to build, like if you will go to a web development course, you can build real websites even inside the platform immediately and learn how it works. So you can definitely just scan the QR code if you're interested and join the platform. I would definitely appreciate the feedback. And you can join the Discord to share the feedback. It is a community with a lot of technical people. There are also a lot of people from India. So you will definitely find like-minded people who are into the tech, who want to build some cool stuff. So if you are into the tech, thinking to build something cool, thinking to go and change the world in a significant way, you can definitely join the Discord. We share a lot of ideas, helping each other. And I would like to shift to FAQ to because I believe that from the sessions you can do a lot of talking for hours, but the most important is to respond to questions for the students, right? If they have. So let's switch to this one.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Yuri, for that wonderful presentation. And I would like to tell you that whatever you have explained, whatever you have presented, I believe 80% of the things our students are already doing at Rehan School. Like they are vibe coding, they are building apps, they are building projects, they are building clones. As Hamza was describing you his wonderful project, and many ideas are there, I'm sure, in the students' minds also. So let's start. If someone has any question, please raise your hands regarding this presentation Yuri has given us. If anybody has any question. Okay, so Yuri, my question was, you said that 20%, if you understand the concept of coding, 80% would be done through AI. So what are these 20% like? In this 20%, what are the subjects?
That is a really great question, Sir Rehman. I'm really glad you asked because there are a lot of people you tell them, oh, you should focus on white coding, but also learn the foundations, and they asking what is foundations. So before that, it was before the AI, foundations was mostly to understand the syntaxes, to understand everything, right? How code works, the architectures. But now you become more like a product manager of your agents, I like to say. You're more like handling all these tools. So a really good question to ask yourself when you think, should I learn this or no? You should ask if it is important for me to understand this in code. So if you think about, is it important to understand styles in the code? Probably not really. I can do this really well, really cool UI nowadays. If you ask yourself, is it important for me to understand which architecture I want to build? It is yes. You need to understand because AI will choose it for you. And then you ask, is it important for me to understand security vulnerabilities to find them? And it is yes, because if you don't understand, you can accidentally leak your database tokens or leak your some uh, passwords, which can have a significant problem. It happens even with huge corporations. So the gateway just to ask yourself, do I need to understand this for my code? And like if AI can do this. So, yeah.
Thank you, Yuri. Thank you so much for your answer. Usman Remote Jobwala. Usman, you have any question for Yuri?
Yes, sir. So first of all, hello Yuri. My name is Usman Gani Remojawala, and I have student of Rehan School system. So first of all, my first question is for you. If you had to start your life again to from zero, and what is this one skill you would learn first and why?
That's awesome. Thank you, Osman, for your questions. Yes, if I will start, probably nowadays the biggest skill, you ask the questions which would, and I would probably respond in really vanilla way, but problem-solving skills are now the most important. When you have those tools which can do anything from you, understand how to use them correctly, understand how to find the solution from any problem which you have is really important, because there are a lot of people who, they have any problems, they need to solve it. Even like in a business, it can be with coding, it can be with marketing or anything. They have the problem and they are not trying to find some other ways. If they try the one way and it doesn't work, they stop. And like problem solving skills understand how you can try to find another way, or when your code doesn't work. It is really important nowadays.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Usman, for that question. Usaid Talentwala, do you have any question?
Yes, sir. So, first of all, hi, Yuli. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you, Said, for your question. You asking?
Okay. Yes. So, my question is that who give you idea of your who give you idea about this journey to
Uh,
join this journey? Sorry.
who will give me idea to join like the coding or like to build a startup? Can you tell slightly more specifically?
Yes, coding.
Coding. Okay. So I started coding because I was a curious kid. I started by myself. No one kind of pushed it to my directions. For my family, no one was a coder. But for the first time, I remember it was like I was 11 or 12, and I, for the first time, get access to computer at that time. And I look into those websites, and I was really wondering how they worked. And I asked my dad, I asked my mom, and they like, oh, we don't know. It's like some coding. And I like, oh, what is a coding? And then I start searching what is a coding in Google search. And then I told to my mom, I want to learn how to do this. And then we have a friend somewhere in US who know how to do this stuff. And we called him, and he kind of explained to me where I should start. He told me what is HTML, what is CSS. At that time, I started from this, the most probably default way to enter the tech. But it come from just simple questions, how it works.
Great. Thank you, Yuri. Thank you, Said. Yuri, some students are curious about your website, although you shared this the QR code, but I think they missed it. So if you
Yeah,
write your apps or websites address where they can
yeah,
find.
of course. Yeah, you can take a look, definitely. As I mentioned, it is a platform which help you learn faster. When I was building it, I was building it in the sense how I would like to start to learn. So did it with love. And also we have Discord community. So whenever you have some questions, errors, you can definitely, even just if you don't want to use the platform, you can join Discord community and ask more questions. There are a lot of people who willing to help you.
Great. Thank you, Yuri. Thank you. Yana Shimonikova has some questions. Yes, Yana.
Yes, hello Yuri, nice to meet you. I come from the area close to your origin, from Slovakia.
Oh.
I also spent several years in Czech Republic, and I want to talk more about why tech companies leave Europe, why such talented people, leave for USA. What would bring you back? And I asked that because I'm that person who holds back, who actually defends regulations and guardrails. I don't say European Union does it well, but yeah, I would like to know that environment you would need, that support. What actually is supporting these companies?
Yeah, for sure, Yana. First of all, appreciate for the question. This is really great that you're from Slovakia. I was there. I really like the country. And regarding your questions, I think specifically for me, when I was thinking if I need to go to US or no. It wasn't an easy decision because I need to drop out from my high school to do this, and I come in US alone. But the question I really like to ask myself every time, where is the best probable chance that I can succeed? And my answer was US for several reasons. And I don't want to say that US is a really great country. There's so many bad things about it, but specifically with a few things which is really great, which I want to point at. It is, first of all, talented people, as you mentioned. Just there are so many talented people in the US that if you want to be in the best possible environment to win, the US probably will be the best place. And the reason why there are so many talented people here, because the US itself is just big. I'll be honest with you. The opportunities are bigger. There are more hackathons. There are more venture capital firms, and people here, they just like risks. It is, they live with capitalize. They like to take risks. They like to bet on anything, and because of this, those people succeed. They have more venture capital firms, and for me, it was those more talented employer pool, so like more people here with more talented. And because of this, if there are so many people who thinking like to create some stuff, who changing the world, who think how to innovate, if you surround in such environment, you kind of think, okay, it's not impossible, how I can do this too. If your friend is a guy who builds a successful company and sold it for $50 million, you start asking, oh, I know him. I know his story from zero to end. I know every step what he did. I can do this too. And it just changed the mindset. And for specifically why so many people live from Europe to US, I think it is because of this just more talented, like to recreate such environment. When I was thinking like to end my career, I also want to come back to Ukraine and build such environment in my own country by showing how they're doing there. And I realized that a lot of this comes down to creating those talented people, because if you can create those talented people, you just create the environment. And to create this environment, you need to give them opportunities. You should give them the proper education. You should allow them, create those more companies which can fund those ideas for those talented people and attract just more and more talent guys. If that answer to your questions, but maybe you can ask slightly more specifically, because it's like a really broad answer, I would say.
You are basically saying that you left because of me, or like because of people like me, because I'm the person who would like tell you that you have to be responsible, and you have to be responsible for your project, and follow some rules, and please don't build a project that will destroy the humankind, and so on. So fear, or I don't know, like you probably need that free environment when people will support you and not
yeah, that's actually a good point that you mentioned. I guess like freedom in terms of ideas and what you can do, really in US it's kind of super open, which has its own a lot of disadvantages. But at the same time, for people who want just to build like me, it is just allow to do anything in terms of ideas and in terms of creativity, because I can find like-minded people. If we like think about it, like when I was back in Czech Republic by itself is 100 times smaller, and find some talented people who are motivated is harder. When you go to US, you found dozens of different hackathons, dozens of different events, and since US by itself is bigger, the amount of such events is bigger for you, and you understand that it means that you can find more people who are more talented. And also in Europe, I think there are just kind of this I'd say the kind of slow energy. People don't really like to rush. And in US, it's totally opposite. People love to rush. People love to be the fastest because they understand that only in this way they can win. And Europe, back in Czech Republic, specifically because I spent a lot of time there, people really like to do everything like slowly, not hurry up, being like sure that everything is correct step by step. They don't really like to take or doing something, risky, and that's why I think a lot of people leave and go to US. But I think there are also a lot of great companies in Europe and a lot of great talents. But that is reasons why those talents are leaving to US.
Thank you.
So they like being in their comfort zone. They don't want to come out of their comfort zone and explore more.
Yeah, that's a good response.
Sorry, Yana. Sorry for that.
Yeah, basically described me. Yes. Mhm. How to
Okay.
change that mindset, Yurii?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, for what really helped me is just to surround yourself by people who already did it. And if you cannot, I really like to, if you cannot create this environment, try to simulate the environment. Nowadays, with advantage with like internet, you can easily, by reading books, by listening to podcasts, by understanding and hearing the stories of people who did it, what they did, and you kind of understand. For me, I was never super entrepreneurship. I never had this mindset, but just by listening more stories of how successful companies were, like Nike, like OpenAI, like Tesla, how those people started, their whole stories, watching the podcast of young kids building their own projects, you understand that essentially you understand kind of the playbook, the road which you need to follow. And it isn't that hard. For every people, it's like their unique road, but you understand how to adjust it for yourself, for your own case. Just by, I would say, hearing more of these stories, it kind of change your mindset more and more.
Absolutely. And I was saying I've been trying for last 4 or 5 months to pull Yana from that comfort zone of hers. Let's see. Okay. Any student have any question? Hayat, do you have any question from Yurii?
No, I don't have any questions, but it's so nice having you here. It was so fun to know about his life experience and his life journey.
Would
Thank
you
you.
like to show Yurii the project you and your father collectively worked on? I think that would be a great tool to show Yurii.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely. I would like to share it. Give me 5 minutes.
Please.
Sir, I have
Okay.
to share my
Yes, you have to share your screen and show Yurii what you have been working on, and it's a wonderful website you have built.
Rehan, that's actually amazing. I didn't know that you have such many beautiful kids which building stuff. If I would know, I would prepare some stronger, more technical presentation. Because I was thinking to do it more technical, and I remember you told also like 10 to 16, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. They probably don't know a lot about this stuff. But that's amazing. I really like that a lot of kids like building stuff. It's awesome.
Absolutely. But when you told me in the chat we were having, you told me that you are going to show them your AI projects and what you have been working on. So I thought you must be working on some super, computing thing or something. So
Yeah,
that's why I needed to explain that to you, that our students are between 10 to 16.
yeah,
So
no, but
maybe
that's
something
awesome.
suitable for them. Yeah.
I really like that they building stuff.
Yeah. So, Yuri, how have been in USA? Like you have been in 6 months there. So how have been for you there?
7 months, yeah, it was amazing. Like mostly I didn't come to US to study. I come because of the visa, trying to switch to O1. But yeah, I really like it. There are a lot of hackathons, a lot of cool people. I guess like access to venture capital firms are also great here. Like a lot of angel investors, so it is great. I didn't took any funding for my startup, but actively trying to find some of the opportunities. But it's also a thing. If you think about Europe or like in Czech Republic, if I would try to apply to some accelerators, I'll find like 3 maybe great, 4, okay, maybe 10, maybe 15 if I would try my best. But here you can find hundreds, of accelerators, venture capital firms, thousands
Agreed.
of angels, and just give you more opportunities. It is what we are told, right? Opportunities, you just have more amount of
Absolutely.
people, and more opportunities.
Agreed. Haya, are you ready?
Yep, absolutely. Can I
Oh,
share?
yep, yep. Please go ahead. Share your screen and explain to Yurii what you have built.
Yuri, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
So this is the website that my dad created with a from scratch, basically from a tool called Hostinger. And it's actually a really good one. You should have you heard about Hostinger before?
Yeah.
You have? Then that's great. Okay, so I also helped him a bit in editing stuff that. This is basically about calculators. So he named it all-in-one web tools, and it says free online calculators, converters, and web tools, and fast, accurate, and free tools for finance, CEO, math, health, engineering, and everyday calculations. So you'll basically find uh, every single calculator that you need. So these are like all of the categories you see here. So which one do you want me to click on?
Let's go to math.
Math. All right. So math has all of these calculators. The first one is that calculates mean, median, mode, and then the second one is probability, and then we have all the other ones. Which one would you want to go with?
Let's go with GPA calculator.
All right, GPA is it. All right, this is the GPA calculator. Calculate unweighted, weighted, and cumulative GPA in real time. So we can fill this up, and it also generates reports, and we can then download it. So, yep, this one is it. If I want, I'll select this one.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, and it works. It really works. So, if I click on back to home, I'll go with health here. And this one calculates about everything. So let's go to BMI calculator. I'll calculate yours. Do you know what your height is?
175.
In centimeters.
Yes.
Could you repeat that?
Yes, 175.
175. All right. And your weight?
73, I believe.
74?
73.
Oh, 73, my bad. All right. It says it's a healthy weight. Wow.
Yo.
Congratulations, Yurii. You are in healthy category.
That's awesome.
That's So it also doesn't give this, but it also says about like it gives actually generates reports. Like it says healthy BMI range, it's from 18.5 to 24.9, and then you have a healthy weight range as well. So you are already in a healthy range, and it's the BMI insight says that you are within the healthy range, and yep, all the other things here as well.
That's amazing. I like it. I really like
Yeah,
it.
and
Actually calculate everything here, it looks like.
And this website has PDF converter tools, SEO tools. These are wonderful.
these are the AI tools, AI prompt generator. So we can choose here, like this is ChatGPT Cloud Writing and Content, and this one is Coding and Dev. So we can go with anything we want. So anything, Yuri, you would want to add here for in the basic idea?
Okay,
Like
let's put Uber for barbers. I think it's a great idea.
can you write it in
Idea.
chat? Can you write it in chat, Yuri?
Yes, Uber. I believe it's barber spelled like this. I remember there was like idea Uber for dogs, and it actually like get significant funding. I have no idea how it is this, but then it kind of broke.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh wow. engine prompt. It gave a prompt actually, and it's cool. Act as a business consultant specializing in the beauty and grooming industry. Your task is to develop a comprehensive business plan for an innovative mobile app concept titled Uber for Barbers. This app will connect users with local barbers for on-demand haircuts and grooming services. Isn't this
Yep.
amazing, Yurii?
That's awesome. I really like it. That's awesome.
And
What kind of,
also,
yeah, what kind of stack your dad use? You mentioned that you help him, right?
basically 90%, 99, 98% of the work he did.
Okay.
I just edited some stuff. Like he had to get rid of some extra stuff, so I had to just remove that and maybe add new things. So, but most of the things he has done it.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you, Haya. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, if you like have such many experience, I would definitely recommend to. I know what kind of you. I remember there was a guy who mentioned that he used. I forget his name. I'm so sorry. That he used a tool, anti-gravity, and he used Vercel to build his app. But I think, guys, if you like have such many experience, you should definitely check it out, like Cursor or and connect to Cloud Code. I think that probably it is the best tools nowadays to build anything. And if you can connect, like the best stack in general nowadays for web, it is Next.js, and I will write it for you guys here. It is Cursor plus Cloud Code, Next.js. Then for the backend, it is Nest.js, or like just Node.js, we can say, or like for backend it doesn't really matter, but for frontend I would definitely use Next.js if we are talking about websites. And Supabase for database. It is like one of the most, I think some of you probably hear about it, definitely. So really, it's probably like the best stack to use it. If you didn't check out like Cloud Code or Cursor, you should definitely do it. And if you think about it, like don't wait, you should do it now and just check it out. They have, for students, they have Cursor have a free subscription, and you can just connect also Cloud Code. I think they aren't as expensive, but you can just, in this case, you can just use Cursor, like because you are students, you should have like free year or something like this, or 3 months, a few months. So definitely check it out and don't wait. Like I was waiting when Cursor come up, but it's definitely make your coding faster in a few times.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We can take last question from Yana and then we wrap up. Yuri, do you have 5 more minutes for us?
Yeah, I have time. Sure.
Thank you so much, Yuri. Yes, Yana.
I wanted Yurii to show us his platform that Aximon AI, as I was I was asking our students that if they are able to learn the language, the coding language, the Python, through vibe coding, like reverse learning of the coding.
Yeah.
So, and I saw that your platform can actually do that, like connect vibe coding and that learning the basics of Python.
Yeah, it was a whole idea because yeah, I will show you definitely. The whole idea was that now you don't actually need to know everything. And as you mentioned, now it's like a really great way to learn in the reverse way. When you build something and you're just asking questions and you learn from those questions, because at this point you understand what you built, you understand how you can improve it, and you analyze what it builds, what it does, and you can improve from this. Because in the old way, you kind of learn the theory and you didn't really understand why you're learning this, which was kind of demotivating you. And at the moment when you try to do something from scratch, just by theory, you couldn't do it. So if you just go to the platform, there's a Python and web development course.
Nice start.
And there's like also voice surrounding here, but I will turn it off for now. And yeah, so you just kind of read the theory, it connected with vibe coding, so you can actually learn. And for instance, let's say you just want to build an about me page, right? So you just prompt it. You can also prompt any prompt which you want, you can modify it. And after it created the code, it kind of go and explains you, look, it is H2, it is what H2 does. So you actually not just vibe coding, but you kind of learning in the way how you do it, which allow you to better understand. Now you don't just looking into this, okay, it is code, it is some text, and it is text, but you understand, okay, it is UL, right? And what is UL does, it is under order list, right? So it is the whole point of this platform was to teach students like this. There is AI, which is basically just a wrapper which connected here, but which really in easy way allow you to, without leaving the platform, ask any questions regarding the code. For instance, if we will go to the Python and variables, right? And we're doing some practical challenge, and I don't understand. I just explain this task, right? And it analyzes the task, it analyzes my code, and it tell me, sure, blah, 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 blah. And I can say, where is my mistake? And it will just go through it for task. It has access to your, to the course. It also personalized. So when you go through the platform for onboarding, you kind of put your level of experience, your topic of interest, and it will generate the whole course for you. So it not just use every course for everyone, but it kind of trying to adjust. If you like movies, it will give you some examples of movies to make it more interesting for you to learn.
Amazing. And is there any subscription to use Examen?
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
wow. Wow, wonderful. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Specifically for students in this.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Yuri. Thank you for that wonderful platform. And thank you so much for your time, which you have spent in our students' learning. I can't thank you enough for that. I hope you had a wonderful time and experience with us.
Definitely. Thank you, Rahman, for such opportunity. I really have fun today.
Thank you so much, Yuri. Thank you, everyone who have participated here and asked questions. I hope you learned something new and interesting and will implement in your learning journey too. Please thank Yuri in the chat and with some reactions of your so Yuri can know that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone who have watched this live stream on our Rehan School Online Academy Facebook page. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next GupShup session, which is meet and greet session next weekend. Till then, keep doing amazing things. Bye bye for now.
Thank you, guys. Bye.